Hey everyone, it's Tara. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a video on all the books I want to try and finish by the end of 2022. I may have been a bit ambitious on this. So if you want to see what I want to try and read by the end of 2022, just keep watching. So the first one I have is Emerald Blaze by Alona Andrews. I know this is the first in the Hidden Legacy series. I really loved Clean Sweep by Alona Andrews, so I definitely wanted to try like a fuller length novel by her. And when I was doing some research, people said to start here with her series. So definitely can't wait to get to that one. Let's hope. The next one I have is a historical romance, and that one is Her Wicked Marquess by Stacey Reed. I read the first one in her series, which was My Darling Duke, ended up loving it, and so I wanted to continue on with the series, and just haven't had a chance to, so I definitely want to try and get to this one this year. Next one I have is also a second in a series that I really want to get to. I read the first one last year, and so I want to get to Pray for Silence by Linda Castillo. This is kind of like an Amish mystery. I know it's the Kate Burkholder series, and she is a detective in like a small town, and she like a small town that borders Amish country. And so she used to be within the Amish community, and she left, and now she goes and she helps police the area around it, that's town around it, and even helps if there's if there's crime within the Amish community. So I ended up really enjoying the first one and wanted to continue on with the series. So I picked this one up, and I'd really like to try and get to it before the end of 2022. Next one I have has been one that I just keep on looking at, and I'm like, you need to read it. I don't know why I'm not. That's such a dilemma of all readers, right? You have so many books and so little time. So this one is A Dangerous Alliance, and it's an ostentatious romance is what it says, and it's by Jenna K. Cohen. So I know it's kind of like a retelling, or not a retelling, but like kind of based off a Jane Austen novel, and so I really wanted to get to it. The next one I have is The Personal Librarian, and this one is by Marie Benedict and Victoria Christopher Murray. And I know, I think it is a historical fiction. Yeah, so it says the remarkable story of J.P. Morgan's personal librarian, Belle DaCosta Green, the Black American woman who was forced to hide her true identity and pass as white to leave a lasting legacy that enriched our nation. So this one just seemed very intriguing, and I wanted to get to it this year. So it is on my list to try and get to by the end of 2022. So the next few are like book of the month books that I wanted to try and get to by this year, or by the end of this year. And the first one is The Maid by Nita Prose. This one just seemed interesting, kind of a shorter read, so hopefully I'll get to it by the end of this year. And I know this one is like a murder mystery sort of thing, like a potentially like a whodunit. I know she's a maid in a hotel. She ends up finding a body. Everybody thinks, or like the cops or the police think she's done it, and she's kind of got to prove that she didn't. So seemed pretty interesting, short kind of read, so I figured I'd try and get to it by the end of this year. Next one I have is my book of the month from last month, and that is The Family Game by Catherine Steadman. This one just seemed so intriguing, and I wanted to get to like a mystery this year, and I didn't end up getting to it during October, so I really want to try and get to it sometime before the end of this year. The next one I have is The Bodyguard by Catherine Center. I was supposed to read this one, it was a couple months ago, and I just didn't get to it, but it definitely is one that I want to try and get to like prioritize before the end of the year. The last physical book that I want to try and get to this year is Taylor Jenkins Reid, Carrie Soto is Back. I have enjoyed everything so far that I've read of Taylor Jenkins Reid, so I wanted to get to her newest release and see if I enjoyed this one. I have heard some pretty good things about it, some pretty good buzz over on BookTube, so I figured I should try and get to it by the end of the year. Since she probably is one of my favorite authors. So those were all my physical books that I really want to try and get to by the end of 2022. And then I did have a couple, like not audiobooks, ebooks. I did have a couple ebooks that I wanted to try and get to. So I have my iPad, trying to see which ones I really want to get to by the end of the year. And I know one of them is that I've had in my Kindle library for a long time is Bound to the Battle God by Ruby Dixon. I believe that's the first in the series, and I really want to try and get to that one so that I can start her series. Or this series. I have read or have started reading her Barbarian Alien series. I've read 2 in that one, and I know that one is a long series. Get to is the second in the Miles High Club. I read the first one, The Stopover, this year, and I wanted to read The Takeover this year as well and try and get to that one. I'm trying to get through series, so I've put a lot to try and get through before the end of the year so I can continue like going through series. I think potentially, if I can, I would like to get to Praise by Sarah Kate because that has just been so popular in the romance community on BookTube. So those are the 3 that I'd like to get to on my Kindle. Like I said, this is quite ambitious, and I don't know that I'm going to get to every book before the end of the year, but good thing that there's always next year. So let me know what your reading plans are for the rest of 2022. I'd like to hear your thoughts. Just let me know in the comments below. Like and subscribe if you would like to, and I'll just talk to y'all later. Bye.